Good morning students. Welcome back to the geometry class. We are doing coordinate geometry and in the previous session we have solved some problems from practice set 5.1 and today we are going to continue it further. So let's first see some important points. The coordinates of origin are 0, 0. Hence if the coordinates of point P are x, y, then the distance of point P from the origin can be found out with the help of formula square root of x square plus y square. Okay. Then we have learned about the distance formula. If points P have coordinates x1, y1 and point Q have coordinate x2, y2 lie on the xy plane, then distance of PQ is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Okay, and if you want to remove this square root sign, you can do the squaring on both sides. So you will get here PQ square is equal to x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Now this formula you can write in this format also, that is x1 minus x2 bracket square plus y1 minus y2 bracket square. So now let's start with practice set 5.1. First two sums we did in the previous session. Okay. So third sum, find a point on the x-axis which is equidistant from A minus 3, 4 and B 1, minus 4. So let's start with the solution. Let P be the point on x-axis equidistant from points A and B. Now what is the meaning of equidistant? Means point P is at the equal distance from point A and point B. So we have here PA is equal to PB. That means distance of P and A is equal to distance of points P and B. Write this equation as equation 1. Now what else is given to us? That point P lie on the x-axis. So let's write down point P lie on the x-axis, therefore its y coordinate is 0. So the coordinates of point P will be x, 0. So let's write down, let the coordinates of point P be x, y. Let the coordinates of point A as x1, y1 and coordinates of B as x2, y2. Now we have PA is equal to PB. We can apply distance formula here. So now PA is equal to PB and by distance formula x minus x1 square plus y minus y1 bracket square, that is equal to square root of x minus x2 square plus y minus y2 square. Now let's substitute the values here. We know x1 and y1, x2 and x2, y2. Okay, so let's substitute here. Square root of x minus 3 bracket square plus 0 minus 4 bracket square, that is equal to square root of x minus 1 bracket square plus 0 minus 4 bracket square. So now let's simplify this. I have written that equation again here for your better understanding. So now this was the last equation we got. Now we have to simplify this. What we will get here? X. Now this minus becomes plus. So x plus 3 bracket square plus 0 minus 4 is minus 4 bracket square, that is equal to square root of x minus 1 bracket square plus. Now this minus becomes plus, so you will get here 4 square. Okay. Then squaring on both sides. What we will get squaring on both sides? This square root sign will get removed. So you will get here x plus 3 bracket square plus minus 4 square, that is equal to x minus 1 square plus 4 square. Now let's simplify this. By opening the brackets you will get x square plus 6x plus 9. Here which formula we have used? Yes, a plus b bracket square, that is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. Now plus minus 4 square is 16, that is equal to Again x square minus 2x plus 1 plus 4 square is 16. Now this x square and this x square we can cancel. Similarly this 16 and this 16 will get cancelled. So what are the remaining things here now? Therefore 6x plus 2x, we have shifted this 2x to the other side, so it will become plus, that is equal to 1. Now this plus 9 will become minus 9 when you shift to the other side. Okay, therefore now 6x plus 2x will get 8x, that is equal to 1 minus 9 is minus 8. Therefore x is equal to minus 1. So you got the x coordinate, and the y coordinate of P is 0. So here we can write the coordinates of point on x axis equidistant from points A and B are minus 1, 0. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. Verify that points P minus 2, 2, Q 2, 2 and R 2, 7 are the vertices of a right angle triangle. So how we can find out? First we have to find distance between P and Q, then we will find distance between QR, and then we will find distance between PR, and then we can show that if PR square is equal to PQ square plus QR square, then we can say that the points given are the vertices of right angle triangle. Okay, so let's start here. Here first we will find out distance of PQ. So here your x1 will be minus 2, y1 is 2, x2 is 2 and y2 is 2. So by distance formula, what you will get? PQ is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 bracket square plus y2 minus y1 bracket square. So let's substitute the values. Square root of 2 minus 2 bracket square plus 2 minus 2 bracket square, that is equal to square root of, now this minus minus becomes plus, so 2 plus 2 is 4 square plus 2 minus 2 is 0, so you will get 0 square, that is equal to square root of 16. Square root of 16 is 4, so therefore PQ is equal to 4. Write this equation as equation 1. Now we will find the distance between QR. So suppose coordinates of points Q are x1, y1 and of point R are x2, y2. So here we have x1 is equal to 2, y1 is equal to 2, x2 is equal to 2 and y2 is equal to 7. Now let's apply the distance formula. You will get QR is equal to x2 minus x1 bracket square plus y2 minus y1 bracket square. So substitute the values, you will get 2 minus 2 bracket square plus 7 minus 2 bracket square. Therefore square root of 2 minus 2 is 0 square plus 7 minus 2 is 5 square. So that is equal to square root of 25, that is nothing but 5. So QR is equal to 5. Write this equation as equation 2. Okay. Now let's find out distance between P and R. Suppose coordinates of points P are x1, y1 and of point R are x2, y2. Then what you will have? x1 as minus 2, y1 as 2, x2 as 2 and y2 as 7. Now by distance formula, PR is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 bracket square plus y2 minus y1 bracket square. Now here always remember that you have to write the formula. Every time you will write the formula and then you will substitute the values. So you will get here square root of 2 minus 2 bracket square plus 7 minus 2 bracket square, that is equal to square root of, now this minus minus becomes plus, so you will get 2 plus 2 as 4 square plus 5 square, that is equal to square root of 4 square is 16, 5 square is 25. So you will get here, therefore PR is equal to square root of 41. Now here you can't take out this 4 as square root of 16 as 4 and square root of 5 as 25 as 5 because plus sign is there. So you have to add this number. So you will get here square root of 41. So now we have to find out PQ square plus QR square. So PQ is 4 and QR is 5. So you will get here 4 square plus 5 square, that is equal to 16 plus 25, that is equal to 41. Write this equation as equation 3. Now we will find out PR square. PR is square root of 41. So square root of 41 square is 41. So write this equation as 4. So from equation 3 and 4 we can write as PQ square plus QR square is equal to PR square. So hence we can say that by converse of Pythagoras theorem, triangle PQR is a right angle triangle. So point P, point Q and point R are the vertices of right angle triangle. So I hope you all have understood this. Now let's move on to the next question. Find x if the distance between points L and M is 10 and the coordinates of L are x, 7 and coordinates of M are 1, 15. Now here the distance between points L and M is given and you have to find the value of x. So let's start with the solution. Distance of LM is equal to 10. So suppose coordinates of point L are x1, y1 and of point M are x2, y2. So here you will have x1 as x, y1 as 7, x2 is equal to 1 and y2 is equal to 15. So let's substitute these values in the distance formula. So LM is equal to x2 minus x1 bracket square plus y2 minus y1 bracket square. So after substituting, LM is 10 square root of 1 minus x bracket square plus 15 minus 7 bracket square, that is equal to 1 minus x bracket square. 15 minus 7 is 8 square. So now what you will do to remove the square root sign? Yes, squaring on both sides. So you will get 10 square is equal to 1 minus x bracket square plus 8 square. Now let's simplify this. You will get 10 square as 100, that is equal to 1 minus x bracket square plus 8 square is 64. Now shift this 64 to the other side. You will get 100 minus 64, that is equal to 1 minus x bracket square. 100 minus 64 is 36, that is equal to 1 minus x bracket square. Now 36 is the square of 6. Therefore, if you take out the square root on both sides, you will get 1 minus x, that is equal to plus minus 6. Now either 1 minus x is equal to 6 or 1 minus x is equal to minus 6. So let's simplify this. If 1 minus x is equal to 6, x is equal to 1 minus 6, that is equal to minus 5. Or if you consider 1 minus x is equal to minus 6, you will get x is equal to 1 plus 6, that is equal to 7. So the value of x will be minus 5 or 7. So let's write down final answer. X is equal to minus 5 or x is equal to 7. Okay, now let's move on to the assignment questions. In the first question, I have given you 4 points and you have to show that these are the vertices of a parallelogram. So what you will do? Yes, you will find the distance of PQ, then you will find distance of QR, then distance of RS and then distance of PS. And we know that in parallelogram opposite sides are equal. So if you get opposite sides equal, then you can say that the given points are the vertices of a parallelogram. In the second question, again 4 points are given and you have to show that these points are vertices of a rhombus. So in rhombus we know that all sides are equal. So if you get distance of AB is equal to distance of BC is equal to distance of CD, that is equal to distance of AD, then you can say that these points are the vertices of a rhombus. Okay. And in the third question, again I have given you 3 points and in this you have to show that these points are the vertices of an equilateral triangle. So in equilateral triangle we know that all sides are equal. So if you find distance of AB is equal to distance of BC, that is equal to distance of AC, you can say that these are the vertices of equilateral triangle. So I hope you will be able to solve these sums. So with this I will end this session here. Thanks for watching this video.